Hi, I'm Carmen Long, Family Consumer Science Agent with Cooperative Extension in Surry and Allegheny counties.
And I'm Zaydell Crops. I do the FNEP program here in Surry County.
And FNEP stands for?
The Expanded Food and Nutrition Education Program. Wow, that's a lot.
And today we're going to be making chili. Fast food is sometimes really tempting,
Yes,
and if we have something that we can make at home that's fast, that might keep us from maybe having to go out to eat as much. So this chili recipe is just something that you can have on hand, and it's really easy to make. What would we start off with, Zaydell?
Well, I like cooking the beef ahead of time, and sometimes I mix it with a little bit of turkey to cut down on the fat so that I keep it in my freezer, have all the grease out, and then when I get home, it's so easy. In just a few minutes, I can have it all ready. So
you would just take this frozen meat that would be already made ahead of time,
yes,
and stick it in the pot. So that really saves a lot of time and saves dishes, because you only have that dirty pot one time rather than having to do it every time you cook.
Absolutely. And sometimes I'll even have that one medium onion that they talk about already cut up, and so I could put that in there too, Carmen.
Perfect. So then we're just going to add basically canned beans.
Yes. So we're going to use 2 cans of light red kidney beans.
Do you drain and rinse those beforehand?
No, they recommend that we don't do that.
In this recipe, we're just going to dump them in.
Yes. And even though the recipe doesn't call for it, I also like using my favorite black beans. And those I do drain and rinse off to get any salt that they might have.
And that's one fun thing about recipes. They're really just guides, so you can make them the way your family likes them. So if you wanted to put in, say, garbanzo beans, you could add those. If you had some leftover, like pinto beans, you could even put those in.
Absolutely.
So it really just is, you can make it however you want, and that makes it really fun.
Yes.
But we do need to add
the tomatoes.
Yes.
I like the petite diced tomatoes. I like the smaller. If you like the bigger chunks, you could feel free to do that. But again, you just dump those in there. And if you like it spicy, sometimes you could get the diced tomato with jalapenos in them.
Yes.
Oh.
And I do notice we have one, this one actually has garlic added in it, but this one is no salt added. So is it a good idea to maybe mix those?
Yes. Always trying to reduce the sodium. We don't want a whole lot of salt in our food. So after that, all we need is a little bit of spicy chili and our garlic. It calls for 1 tablespoon of garlic, and also either 1 or 2 if you like it extra spicy. You might want to add 2 of the chili powder.
My husband would probably even add some hot sauce in on top of that. So
and that would be fine.
It's just your personal preference. So we're just going to let that cook for a while.
It goes for about 15 minutes. So it's, if you have everything ready and set to go, in 15 minutes you could have a cooked, easy, delicious meal at home.
And it smells wonderful. Now, one of the benefits of this recipe is it's very versatile. You can eat it as chili, but you could also do some other things with it. What else could you do?
Yes, my husband likes to eat it just in a bowl, with his crackers or something else like that, and a little bit of cheese over it. But the next day, he likes it in tortillas. And so he makes himself a burrito. And that's so easy. I don't have to cook the next day. And he just heats up, puts it on his tortilla, puts a little cheese on it, rolls it up, and he has a delicious meal the next day.
And you could even make nachos out of it. So if you just took some chips and we actually spooned some of this chili on here, that would just be an easy way to make some delicious nachos. Once again, you could top that with some cheese, some sour cream, some jalapenos, whatever you wanted to do.
And a lot of folks like a baked potato for lunch. And that's also something, I bring that to work, just the potato, put that in the microwave, and instead of smothering it with a whole bunch of salt and butter and all that stuff that's not good for us, just put a little bit of that chili, and boy, it's going to be so delicious.
And one of the benefits, all those beans give that chili some delicious flavor, but they also give it a lot of extra fiber. So this is a very nutritious recipe as well as being delicious.
And lastly, another tip to use the same chili is to make like a salad bowl. A lot of folks like those now, and we pay a whole bunch of money when you go to a fast food restaurant. You could have that same chili, and there you have another meal for later on.
You could do a taco salad out of it, or you could even cook rice and do like a a bowl with chili and rice and beans, and oh, that just sounds delicious.
So imagine how many meals we'd have for this coming week with this bowl.
Just this one pot of chili. And if you didn't want to eat it all at one time, you could actually freeze it in individual containers and then just get it out as you needed it.
Maybe for the weekend when
That's
we
right.
don't feel like
So
cooking.
we wish you were here to sample some of this delicious chili, but why don't you try making some at home so you'll have it for your family to enjoy. And this recipe will be posted on the Cooperative Extension Service's Facebook page, and you can watch this being made on Surrey on the Go.